Only 300 will ever be built. And to buy one will cost you over £1 million. It can accelerate from 0 to 60 in just 2.5 seconds. With a top speed of more than 250 miles an hour. And incredibly, it can brake from this speed to a standstill in less than 10 seconds. This iconic brand is brought back to life and into the 21st century. The Bugatti Veyron, unlike any car ever made. Nothing about this car is normal. Its engine cranks out an amazing 1001 horsepower, nearly twice as much as most other super sports cars. It has a top speed of over 250 miles an hour. Few other supercars come close. The Bugatti Veyron is a true supercar.
30, 20, restart.
The Veyron's brakes come from the same company that makes brakes for jumbo jets. And it's a car with light-speed sensors to precisely control its own wing. A wing that helps keep the Veyron on the ground. Because this car goes faster than a jet on takeoff. So to build it, automotive engineers had to work alongside aerospace experts.
At the end, it was agreed that there was a small team of people. Few of them were working on other car projects before, but a lot of them came from outside and were just excited about this extreme project. And that was absolutely necessary. I think otherwise we would have stopped in the first 3 months and say, well, it's not, we can't do it.
The Veyron bears the initials of Ettore Bugatti, the father of the Italian family that built unusual high-performance cars between 1909 and 1947. In 1998, Volkswagen bought the rights to the brand. Two years later, the decision was made to build a car that would have 1001 horsepower and a top speed of over 250 miles an hour.
The way this project started, it was very clear from the beginning that you could not use normal solutions. Normal solutions would never have brought this result on four wheels to a positive end.
The first challenge is monumental: how to build an engine with 1001 horsepower. An engine with 5 times the power of a normal car. This powerful engine needs to have two very different personalities. One where it's a beast on the racetrack, the other as a gentle giant that can be driven around town every day.
And this engine you can race with, and you can also drive it at idling speed through the town.
And in the beginning, I think a lot of people did not believe that this could be done at all.
It takes engineers 5 years to find the answer. They decide to bolt together 2 V8 engines and create one giant 16-cylinder monster. The new engine is called a W16.
The W engine, so 2 Bs.
The W16 engine has more horsepower and a higher acceleration than an S-car.
That engine is built in Salzgitter in Germany.
Volkswagen Salzgitter is one of the biggest engine-producing plants in the world.
In one corner of this huge factory sits a small room where 8 specialists build the W16 for the Bugatti Veyron.
The Veyron engine is an absolutely handmade engine.
Hand assembly starts with hand delivery of engine parts. The parts are carried inside custom padded cases as if they were fine jewelry. And these parts have been machined out of solid titanium, a material you might expect to find in an aeroplane, not a car.
One thing which we share with airplanes is that we use the same material. There has been used titanium where other manufacturers use steel.
The W16 is built with more than 3,500 parts, nearly twice as many as the average car. Each of its 16 pistons are carved from blocks of aluminium. Every bolt is tightened by hand. And then checked by computers. It takes a week to assemble one engine. Building the Veyron's engine is a technological challenge. Testing it proves to be even tougher. In 2001, at a tiny workshop in Wolfsburg, workers run the engine at full throttle for the very first time. No one really knows what will happen.
This location is a little bit the historic site because this location we reached at first the 1001 horsepower.
The engine actually produces 3,000 horsepower. Two-thirds of that energy is heat. When the engine first runs at full power, it almost burns down the building.